Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Jeremy.
And you are listening or watching Culips.
Culips.
Yeah. Jeremy, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Thanks for having me here at your place. It's nice to see you in person.
Yeah. Jeremy and I are doing a marathon recording session because he's visiting Korea right now.
Yep.
And we're trying to take advantage of his presence here with us. So
presence.
Yeah, we are doing a marathon recording session. This is the third or fourth that we've done in a row.
With marathon, usually that means many in a row, many continuously, sort of.
Right, that's a very good explanation because you can marathon watch a TV show.
Yeah.
You can marathon record a podcast.
Yeah.
Like we're doing right now.
Or you can run a marathon like he does sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. And I mentioned at the top there that you might be watching this because we are video recording this episode as well. Hello to all the watchers. We're going to make this video available to our Culips members as a kind of bonus.
Nice.
Some of our listeners have requested that we record when we record.
Yeah.
So we're recording.
We are recording video and audio.
Yes. So if you're a Culips member, just visit our website and you will be able to watch the video. And you will also be able to access the study guide for this episode, which includes a transcript, some detailed vocabulary explanations and examples. And also there are some discussion questions that you could use for speaking practice at a language exchange, or you could write a diary entry with these prompts. So there's lots of good stuff in the study guide, and that is also available on our website, culips.com.
Check it out.
Check it out. Jeremy, what is the topic for this episode?
Today, in this episode, we are going to talk about technology and how it has developed throughout our lives.
Okay. So I am 34 years old. I was born in 1984.
I am 31, and I was born in 1987.
You're a baby.
What? You were only 4 when I was born. Maybe 3.
Yeah, so we're pretty close in age.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much technology has changed within our lifetime. Sometimes I think about, our grandparents' generation and their minds, they just must be blown because things have changed so much in their lifetime.
Yeah.
But that's too big of a focus. We're just going to focus on our lifetime for today.
So if you are similar in age with us, then maybe you can relate to this. If you are quite a bit younger than us, you might think we sound old. And if you are older than us, you might think we sound young. But we are going to share our experience.
Yes. So, Jeremy, you mentioned that you had a lot to talk about for this episode. What were you thinking of?
So this is an important term, an important word to know when talking about technological advancement, technological development.
Okay.
Exponential growth.
Exponential growth.
So,
wow, you're hitting us with a math term.
Sorry, everyone. It's a good word. It's a good word.
Yes.
And exponential growth means that as the thing grows, it gets faster and faster. So the growth gets faster and faster as it grows.
And you sometimes hear the expression Moore's Law to talk about technology growth.
Yes.
And I'm not sure off the top of my head of the exact definition of Moore's Law, but it's something like the speed of a computer chip will double every year.
Every year or 2 years?
Something like this. It's related to exponential growth in that things are just getting faster and faster and faster.
Yes.
Smaller and smaller and smaller.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you ever hear anyone, or if you are ever talking to anyone about technology, these terms will make you sound very smart. Or at least it will make you sound like you know what they're talking about.
Exactly. They're good expressions to know.
Yeah. So in terms of differences, I think the biggest one is that something like this is possible right now.
Right.
We are recording with 2 high-powered microphones into a laptop with a camera filming us, and then we are uploading it all to some online platform where thousands of people can access it. This is impossible. This would have been impossible to even imagine when we were kids.
Yeah. In fact, when I was about 12 or 13 years old, I took piano lessons. And my piano teacher had a little recording studio in his basement. And I used to help him out, kind of like a part-time job. He would give me a little bit of money helping him copy the recordings that he made. He recorded onto, it was almost like a VHS cassette. It was called an ADAT tape. I would take that big tape and then copy the files to his computer. And he had a big studio in his basement with lots of gear and equipment. And where we are recording right now, this is not my house. This is my friend's house. And so I had to take the gear here to record.
Yes.
And I fit all of this equipment, the computer, the microphones, the sound card, the camera, all of this fit into my backpack. So I was able to carry a whole recording studio on my back
In your backpack.
when I came here. So that really blew my mind.
Yeah, that is exponential growth, right? And if we imagine the future of technology, even maybe 2 or 3 years from now, we can't imagine what it's going to be like. It's very hard to predict what the next thing will be. So we just have to sort of ride the wave, I think.
Yes, and something that I'm always excited about when it comes to tech is what will be the next big thing. Some people think it's VR or augmented reality.
Yeah.
But it could be something that we're not even expecting.
Yeah, like I remember when I was in high school, that was when Facebook came out, or a little after I got out of high school. Facebook came out, the first iPhone came out, 2006, 2007. And now everyone has a Facebook and an iPhone or a smartphone. And then it was this new thing that only nerds waited in line for,
Right.
At least with the iPhone.
There's been a lot of discussion online these days about Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and how they're managing their platform. And revolving around this discussion is the fact that they're still young companies and they haven't really found their footing yet. And they're still trying to learn how to be good companies. And every time I hear this, I have to remind myself, oh yeah, these still are new companies.
Yeah.
It seems like we've had them all our lives, but like you mentioned, they were created in 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
It's not that long ago.
So something I think about a lot is as a result of technology getting faster and faster, we have to make more decisions each day. So should I send a text or not? Should I call or not? Should I email or not? And so in one day, the number of decisions we have to make is much higher than, say, 20 years ago, right?
Right.
Because there isn't a decision device in your pocket.
Right.
Right. So I think as a result, time feels like it's going slower, almost. There's more individual events in a day than there were 100 years ago, right?
Sure.
50 years ago.
It's definitely a more complicated time in that regard.
Yeah.
We're consuming much more information. Like you mentioned, we're making more decisions, and it's harder to let your mind rest.
Yeah.
constantly multitasking, constantly working on many different things at the same time.
So we hope that you find some time to get away from technology a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe go for a hike or a jog like Andrew does. Find a way to disconnect and hopefully relax a little.
After you listen to Culips, of course.
Of course. After that.
Priorities, right? Thank you for listening, everyone. One more time, we'd like to remind you to visit our website, culips.com. You can sign up and become a Culips member there if you are so inclined. We are also all over social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, we're there. Just search for the Culips English podcast and you can connect with us there. I think we'll leave it at that for now, Jeremy.
Yeah.
And everyone, we'll be back soon with another episode. So we'll talk to you then. Bye.
Bye, everyone.